What can I say, blood? What can I say, blood? This is what I'm talking about. This is what I talk about all the time. Your actions today will affect your tomorrow, and you don't even know it. This is more than likely the type of person who didn't study at college level, didn't study at uni level, didn't do the works to put themselves in a position where they have a high paying job so that they can save money for a rainy day. More than likely it's the type of person, they live outside their means. They feel like they're entitled to 2-3 holidays a year if they even work. This is what I bang about all the time. I see that on Facebook. As soon as I saw it, screenshot. I'll make a video about that later. I didn't even read the comments. But it's not funny though. I see a few people put like the laughing emoji and that or whatever. It's not funny. I don't think it's heartbreaking, because in my head, you're responsible for your life and how it pans out. Your actions today will affect your tomorrow. So if you want to mess about, you want to take life and be careless and that, well then you're going to pay for it in the future. I'm not saying she deserves to only eat 1 meal a day, but I don't really feel any remorse for her. She's a grown-ass woman. She's not like she's 20 years old, being kicked out of the house, or a 15-year-old girl that's had to run away from home because she's got an abusive stepdaddy. It's a grown-ass woman. Probably into her 50s. I didn't even read the backstory. And some people, oh, you should read the backstory for me. No. I don't need to read no backstory when I see a grown-ass person not being able to eat more than 1 meal a day. I know that they've made bad decision after bad decision after bad decision in their life. That's why they're in a position where they can only afford to eat 1 meal a day because of the rise in energy bills and that. Yeah, the rise in energy bills and that is mad. Even like day-to-day shopping, it's gone up. Petrol's mad. I remember before, like it used to just cost me, so like my motorbike can hold about 13, 14 litres of fuel, roughly. Maybe a little bit more. But anyway, before, to fill the tank, I don't know, 15, 16 pounds. Now it's all 23, 24 pounds and that. Man's noticing the rise in fuel costs and food and that and energy. But you know what? It don't affect me that much, you know. It don't even affect me at all. I don't feel like, oh, I'm losing money. Oh, I've got less money and that. I notice it because me, I pay attention to stuff. I notice, oh, okay, back then it was costing this. Now it's costing that. But I don't feel it. I don't feel like, oh, you know what, man needs to cut back on this. No, I'm still living my life the same way as I did before when everything was cheaper. Because I plan, I make preparations, I live frugally, I don't live outside my means. I don't spend money like a damn jackass. I don't wear Balenciagas when I don't need to. I don't wear 600, 700, 800 pound jeans. For what, blood? I'm not saying don't treat yourself to a little bit here and there and that. But I know, man, bragging about a wardrobe that they got that's worth 20 grand. But you ain't got no property, blood. You see that woman there, yeah? This is going to be the same woman, yeah, who's well into her 50s, 60s, 70s, and they're going to be freezing. You see this winter coming now? Oh, you lot are going to feel it. Certain individuals are going to feel it. It's basically summer now. Well, it's May, the end of May now. I went to a tenant's house the other day, you know, and the woman must have called me back because she said the heating's on. It's come on automatically or whatever. I went back there and I wasn't able to sort it. It's not my issue. But maybe because the power was switched off and now it's switched back on, because when I go, they have to turn the power off and then turn it back on. Maybe it's just put it into override mode and it's gone straight back on automatically. When I went back to the woman's house after I'd done the test 5 minutes later, because she called me, she said, oh, I haven't had the heating on for 2 weeks. 2 weeks, you know. Because literally, it's warm, pretty much it's warm now. It's May, it's basically almost summer now. So people, because of the energy prices being so high, people are like, that heating is not going on unnecessarily. You know, like before when energy prices was calm and they weren't mad, people would have the heating on in summer at night time, whatever. Because this is England. At night time, the temperature drops and that. and our houses apparently ain't that well insulated. People would have the heating on in the summer at night time and that, unless it's a mad heat wave and that. You know what it's like sleeping in them mad heat waves. Now, we're not even in summer. We're in spring. It's still kind of coldish here and there. The woman ain't had the heating on for 2 weeks. I know why she ain't had the heating on for 2 weeks, blood. Because the gas price is too expensive. She hasn't put in the work. She hasn't done the work to make herself successful enough to where she don't need to worry about the gas price even doubling. Yeah, like I said before, you're going to think about it and you're going to think to yourself, I don't really want to be paying double for the gas price and that. Out of principle, I get it. Me, man, I can afford to pay £20, £30 a day for parking. I earn so much money per day. But at the same time, out of principle, I don't want to pay £20, £30. Certain individuals are going to feel it. They're going to feel it in the winter. Some people are literally going to die in this winter, you know. But it's their own fault. Because I don't see Drake complaining about gas prices, electric energy prices. I never heard Drake talk about eating 1 meal a day. David Cameron, all them conservative people and that. I never heard no dentists, no flipping high-flying rappers or sports personalities. I don't hear anyone that's made something of their life complain about energy prices and gas bills and that. You know why? Because they done the work to put themselves in a position where they got money. What you put in is what you get out. So if you're broke, it's for one of two reasons. Either you live outside your means and that, and you're stupid with money, or you ain't worked hard enough to put yourself in a position where you can earn a lot of money, so therefore you can spend money. You can even have a lot of disposable income. One of those two things. Man never complain. I don't complain about the gas bill and I don't think to myself, oh, I don't want to turn on the gas and that. And yeah, I'm conscious of it. Don't get it twisted. Man's conscious of it. I've noticed raw, you know, every 2 weeks and that. Man's, no, not even that. Maybe a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks. I have to top up £40 for my gas bill. But that's for a couple of reasons. Obviously, the gas prices have increased, obviously. And I'm on a, you know, the prepayment meter. So I have to go and top up and that. Other than that, man's not worried about no damn gas bill. Again, it's a principle thing. It's like, oh, I have to pull out my money to heat my home and things there, innit? But I ain't going and just eating 1 meal a day because of it, or not being able to eat the food that I want because of it. I put myself in a position where I have a decent paying job. I live below my means. I don't even live at my means. I definitely don't live above my means. I live below my means. I don't feel entitled to 2-3 holidays per year. I know people right now, blood, talking about they're still paying off for a holiday, but they're going on holiday next month. Please tell me the logic. I told you already, man's spoken to people. Even when I was an apprentice, I've always been a money savvy person from when I was a youth man in school. And I remember talking to a man when I was an apprentice. And he was talking about, yeah, he's going on holiday and that, and he put down a deposit using his credit card. I said, why you put down a deposit for the holiday using your credit card? He said, because I didn't have the money. Well, there you go then. If you don't have the money, then you do not deserve to go on that holiday. Because your money, your bank balance, your savings is a direct representation of your hard work. If you're not working hard enough or long enough, then you won't have savings. But yeah, with the woman, it's not funny, innit? It's not nothing to laugh about. Oh yeah, she's only been able to eat 1 meal a day and that. But she put herself in that position. Like I say all the time, you are accountable for your life. You are accountable for the life that you live under the circumstances that you live. When you get to a certain age, you are supposed to be on the verge of being financially free. You should not be struggling at the age of 40, 50 years old. Yeah, you should be maybe struggling, definitely in your 20s, in your 30s and that, because a lot of people who is 30 and that's when they just start to wise up. And then they spend their 30s and that maybe making up for the lost time in their 20s because they was messing about and they weren't smart, or they was a bit stupid, immature and that. But when you're in your 40s and 50s and that, man, you're supposed to be living life, blood. Literally. You're supposed to be feet up, yeah? If I don't want to work for 3 or 4 months, cool. Not thinking, boy, I beg that transmission on the car don't blow out and that, because I ain't going to be able to get to work. And if I don't get to work, then I get fired. If I get fired, I'm fucked. You shouldn't, no, that should not be the life you're living. If it is, you ain't putting the work. Somewhere along the line, I'm telling you, all these people that are in some mad financial debt, they're living above their means. Sorry, they're in some mad financial debt and that, they ain't got no money. They're living on a breadline. If I went back through their timeline and I analysed their life, there'll be certain milestones I'll be like, this is where you've messed up. You've messed up here. You've made it worse by doing this. It all has a knock-on effect. There's certain people right now still paying off for cars, still in debt for a car that they were driving 5, 6, 7 years ago, blood. They don't own the car no more, you know. That car could have been written off by the next owner, but they're still in credit card debt. They still got bad credit for a car they used to drive 6, 7 years ago. All because they wanted to keep up with the Joneses, keep up with their neighbours, keep up with their work colleagues and that. But where are those work colleagues now, blood? They don't care about you. They don't give a damn about you. You're running around trying to impress and keep up with these people when they're probably chatting shit about you behind your back, blood. I swear down, yeah? If you ever want to make it in this world, you have to stop caring about the opinions of others. Because no matter what you do, blood, some people are going to think it's good, some people are going to think it's bad. Regardless of what you're doing is bad or good. Some people, and as crazy as this sounds, some people regarded Hitler as a hero, you know. But you know what agenda they was on. Most of the world would say, nah, that guy there was fucking evil. But there's some people regarded Hitler as a hero. Yeah, cleansing the world. No matter what you do, someone's always going to have something good and bad to say about it. And again, you can't impress everyone. You think I'm going to be driving, taking out cars on finance and getting into debt just to keep up with the Joneses and that? These are the same people that are going to chat shit about me behind my back, blood. Or to pull up to a man just to get a little bit of validation from a man that you don't know, that you're never going to see ever in your life. You don't know his name, he don't know your name, at the lights. Yeah. And then end up being one of them people there struggling. How bad is this? You grow up and then it's like, you grow up rough, yeah? And that's supposed to teach you, all right, okay, let me not grow up rough. Let me not make the same mistakes that my parents have made, which put us in a council house and we were struggling and that. And then the same people that come out of these council houses and that, and do have the opportunity, like 90% of us, end up messing up and then falling down the same rabbit hole, walking down the same stupid path, ending up in the same position as their parents. Like I said, history repeats itself. I remember one time when I was coming out of the office when I used to work at Holmes and Haringey in Broadwater Farm. You get me? Man's always got a tough screw face and I'm walking out of the office, and one guy, he must have just assumed that man was about, I don't know, 25 or whatever, innit? He said to me, cheer up, only 40 more years of this. I said, no. Think to myself, if I do not want to end up like the rest of those electricians and that, I need to get off the same path that they're on. Because how can you end up somewhere else, but how can your destination be different to those that you're walking down the same path as? That don't even make no sense. If your parents are broke, if your parents are struggling, don't walk down the same path that they walked, you know, because you're going to end up just like them. If you come from a council house and you have some low-paying job, you're going to end up just like your parents. They probably came from a council house. They probably came from working a low-paying job. They probably are still working a low-paying job. There's certain individuals right now, if they actually thought about it seriously, they'll be thinking to themselves, you know what, yeah? My pension is going to be dead. Because I ain't put no money away. I ain't made no investments in that. Me personally, I'm not planning on having a pension, you know. I'm planning on having enough passive income to where I don't even need a pension. You see my properties, that's going to be my pension. Do you know why I never invested in, never thought about and disregarded investing in a pension? I think to myself, I'm a smart individual. The world is my oyster. I've got a healthy brain and a healthy body. If I don't make something of myself to the point where I don't even need to rely on a pension, then I deserve to suffer in it. That's my mentality, you know, because I take accountability for my life, you know. You cannot expect to end up in a different destination if you're walking the same path as fools. Stay wise. Don't know.